Okay, let's unpack this. We've all been captivated, sometimes maybe even a bit obsessed, by the sun-drenched romances, the explosive arguments, and just the sheer audacity of reality TV.
Oh, definitely.
And when we talk about pure, unadulterated drama, the kind that makes headlines and sets social media absolutely ablaze, well, Love Island really reigns supreme.
It really does.
So today we're diving deep, pulling back the curtain on the wild world of Love Island USA. We're peeling back the layers to reveal not just the on-screen chaos that keeps us glued to our screens, but the honestly jaw-dropping controversies and the truly astonishing, often hidden secrets of how this show is actually made. Get ready for the juiciest gossip and an unfiltered look at the realities faced by the Islanders themselves.
Indeed. And Love Island isn't just a show. It's a meticulously crafted social experiment, really.
Yep.
A cultural phenomenon that sparks intense public discussion and, let's be honest, endless water cooler conversations.
Yep.
What's truly fascinating here is how the curated reality we see, every dramatic recoupling, every tearful farewell, it's all shaped by this complex interplay. You've got contestant personalities, calculated production choices, and of course, the ever-present, often unforgiving influence of social media.
Right.
So we'll be looking at insights today from a whole range of credible sources, think investigative reports, Newsweek, NBC News, plus fan and industry insights from places like Screen Rant and Us Weekly.
Good stuff.
Our mission today is really to give you a true shortcut to understanding the entire ecosystem of this reality TV juggernaut. Everything from those scandalous exits that rock the villa to the hidden cameras that, capture every single moment.
Okay, let's get into it, because here's where it gets really interesting. Sometimes the drama actually starts even before the first coupling. Season 7 of Love Island USA, it kicked off with a bang, but definitely not the romantic kind.
No, not at all.
It was immediately plagued by controversy, leading to not one, but two shocking contestant exits right out of the get. These were like swift, decisive moves that sent immediate shockwaves through the fandom.
Exactly. The first bombshell to drop, and this wasn't in the villa, but outside of it, was the abrupt axing of Yulisa Escobar.
Right, Yulisa.
And this was only episode 2.
Right.
Before most viewers had even really gotten to know her, she was removed from the show after these extremely problematic videos surfaced online. And these videos showed her using a racial slur, specifically the N-word, on a podcast before she even joined the show. So this wasn't something that happened on camera. It was a pre-existing issue that, internet sleuths unearthed basically as soon as her casting was announced.
Wow. And the response from Yulisa herself was pretty quick, wasn't it?
It was. She issued a public statement, I think it was June 6, 2025, where she unequivocally admitted to using a word I never should have used, a racial slur. She tried to offer some context, stating she used it ignorantly, not fully understanding the weight, history, or pain behind it. But importantly, she did acknowledge that intention doesn't excuse impact.
That's key. That kind of public admission coming almost immediately after the video went viral, it just shows the intense pressure these Islanders face even before they've had a chance to settle in.
Well, it raises that important question, doesn't it? How quickly and how decisively does production act when past actions like this come to light? Especially now, with the real-time nature of social media.
Yeah, they have to move fast.
Yulisa herself actually shared details later on TikTok, I think July 3rd, 2025, about the moment she was pulled from the villa. She said producers pulled her aside, asked her to remove her mic, and she kind of figured something serious was happening. She even admitted her first thought was that something happened with a family member, which really highlights how dramatic and abrupt her removal felt. The immediate off-screen nature of her departure, with basically no on-screen explanation beyond a vague narrator mention, it just highlights the swift and absolute consequences production is willing to enforce when they're faced with that kind of overwhelming external pressure.
Yeah, it really speaks volumes about the show's sensitivity to public image and, frankly, social media backlash.
Totally.
And just when you thought that was it for Season 7's early drama, nope. Right after Yulisa's exit, another scandal rocked the villa.
Here we go again.
In episode 30, viewers just heard the narrator, Ian Sterling, vaguely reveal that Sierra Ortega left the villa due to a personal situation. That terse explanation barely hinted at the weeks of intense backlash that had been brewing online.
Right, because her own stuff had resurfaced too.
Exactly. Following the resurfacing of her own social media post that also contained a racial slur, this time against Asian people, the public reaction was just immense.
It was huge.
A Change.org petition demanding her removal got over 17,300 signatures in no time. And she lost over 180,000 Instagram followers in just 1 week. The internet was truly on fire, and the show just couldn't ignore it.
And what this really highlights, is how that external pressure from the public, amplified by social media, can directly impact the show's narrative, the cast, leading to forced departures, even if the show tries to keep the reasons a bit vague on air.
Mm-hmm.
The sheer volume of online outcry just made it impossible for Sierra to stay. Her parents later issued this really powerful statement after her exit, calling it one of the most painful weeks of our lives.
Oh, wow.
And while they acknowledged the hurt and hate caused by her past actions, they also condemned the threats, the cruel messages, the attacks on her family, her friends, even her supporters, stating really unequivocally that no one deserves that kind of hate no matter what mistake they've made.
Gosh, that's rough. It really shows the intense, often brutal online scrutiny these contestants face, which can just spill over far beyond the individual, affecting their families, their friends.
It really does.
And this whole situation, it had a palpable ripple effect even inside the villa, right? Reminding us these aren't just abstract online debates. These are real people with real feelings.
Absolutely. Fellow contestant Bella Walker, who's a proud Asian American woman and was in the villa at the time, she later stated on Instagram that she was deeply appreciative of the Love Island USA producers for taking a stand and making it clear that racism of any kind is not tolerated.
Good for her.
Yeah, and she emphasized that she waited for a genuine apology from Sierra before deciding on, their future relationship, which highlights the very real-world impact these controversies have on the Islanders' personal connections and their emotional well-being within that, super insular environment.
Yeah, that villa bubble is intense. And the racism allegations, unfortunately, didn't stop there for season 7. Austin Shepard, another Islander who was eventually voted off, he faced his own set of racism allegations after the villa.
Oh, right, Austin.
During an Instagram Q&A, trying to defend himself against accusations of being a racist bigot in the villa, he controversially claimed he has a black woman tattooed on my side, and then went on to call his accuser crazy and dumb.
Yikes. Not the best defense strategy.
Not ideal. These instances, taken together, just underscore the immense scrutiny contestants face, where past online behavior, newly unearthed comments, or even unproven allegations can totally derail their time on the show and, life after.
It really speaks to a broader ongoing conversation about the intense vetting processes, or maybe the limitations of those processes, for people entering such a public and scrutinized reality TV environment. The speed and depth with which the public uncovers past online footprints is just astonishing.
It really is. It's clear that season 7 had its fair share of headline-grabbing drama, but let's be honest, it's not just one season, is it? The Love Island franchise, both UK and USA versions, has this truly rich, almost infamous history of dramatic personalities and chaotic moments that have made headlines globally. It's like a Rolodex of scandalous behavior, shocking exits, jaw-dropping betrayals that often overshadow the whole finding love thing.
Totally. Let's dig into some of these infamous Islanders and their unforgettable, often notorious moments.
Yes, let's. Where do we even start?
Oh, a classic example of an immediate, explosive exit has to be Malia Arkian from UK Season 2.
Oh, Malia, I remember that.
She holds the dubious distinction of being the first ever contestant removed on the same day she arrived.
Same day? Why again?
A physical altercation with fellow Islander Katie McDermott. Apparently, it erupted after a spilled drink during a heated argument.
Wow.
And the fallout was relentless. Malia faced just persistent online trolling. She was explicitly banned from returning to the villa, ever, even for a surprise appearance, and was notably excluded from any official after-parties or reunion shows.
So her Love Island experience lasted hours.
Pretty much. Incredibly short. But her departure really set a precedent for how the show handles physical aggression and immediate rule breaches, proving that some lines, even in a villa basically designed for drama, cannot be crossed.
Fair enough. And then there's the scandal surrounding Zara Holland, also UK Season 2. That one truly ignited a national debate, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Zara, who was Miss Great Britain 2015 at the time.
Right, Miss GB.
She was famously stripped of her title while still inside the villa.
Which is just crazy. Why?
An intimate moment with fellow Islander Alex Bowen in the hideaway, that private bedroom.
Yep.
Unbeknownst to her, because she's isolated in the villa, this action violated a strict clause in her Miss Great Britain contract, something explicitly forbidding intimate activities on air.
Oh, no. So she had no idea.
None. Zara, who was only 20 then, was still in the villa when the news broke back in the UK, leading to this dramatic announcement that she'd lost her crown.
Gosh, that's brutal. The public reaction must have been huge.
It sparked furious public discussion about double standards women face in the media, the intense pressure on young reality TV stars, the ethical responsibility of producers. The pageant organizers said they cannot condone this behavior, but a lot of viewers and public figures criticized the decision as, outdated and excessively punitive.
Yeah, I remember that feeling.
Zara ultimately chose to leave the villa after 22 days, citing a family illness, but the shadow of losing her title and the immense public scrutiny that followed really defined her post-show experience. It was a stark warning about the often unseen consequences that extend far beyond the villa walls, a scandal that truly transcended the show itself.
Definitely. Moving to the U.S. side, Kendall Washington, a finalist from USA Season 6, he faced something uniquely chilling.
Oh, Kendall's situation was awful.
Sexually explicit videos of himself were leaked online during the season finale.
While he's still in there.
Exactly. Isolated from the outside world in the villa, completely unable to defend himself or even understand the chaos unfolding in real time.
It's horrifying.
This major privacy breach had devastating real-world consequences. Caused significant problems with his partner Nicole Jackie, ultimately led to their post-show split. It's just a stark and sobering reminder of how incredibly vulnerable contestants can be when their private lives or even unlawfully obtained intimate content are exposed on such a public stage.
The lack of control they have over their own image and narrative once they're out is, it's a really dark side of this kind of fame. Interestingly, though, Kendall has since returned to the Love Island universe in Love Island, beyond the villa.
Oh, really? Wow. That shows some resilience.
Or perhaps a willingness to step back into the spotlight despite such a traumatic experience. Who knows?
Okay, who else? Huda Mustafa from USA Season 7.
Yeah.
She was someone viewers either loved or really didn't.
Huda was definitely polarizing, described as one of the most polarizing contestants, and her journey was, riddled with controversies. Netizens had a real love-hate relationship with her almost from day one.
What was that again?
Well, she was consistently accused by some viewers of being overly possessive with Jeremiah Brown and also of not being a girl's girl, prioritizing her relationship over female friendships in the villa.
Ah, the classic girl's girl debate.
Exactly. And then further controversy was fueled by an old TikTok video of her lip-syncing a song with a slur, though apparently it was unclear from the video whether she actually mouthed the offensive word.
Right.
Despite all this, Huda managed to make history. She and Chris Seeley became the first couple in franchise history to break up in the finale.
In the finale, wow.
Yeah, after being voted off the show just moments before the final decision. Her controversial run certainly kept fans talking, meme-generating, debating her every move. Made her an unforgettable character, for sure.
Definitely memorable.
And the drama isn't always limited to what happens on screen or in past social media posts. Sometimes it prevents Islanders from even getting in the villa.
Oh, like who?
Take Kyle Ashman. For UK Season 12, he was actually axed before he even set foot in the villa.
Why? What happened?
Reports surfaced of his arrest for alleged involvement in a violent crime. Producers initially cited vague, personal reasons for his removal, but the truth quickly emerged in the media.
Okay, serious stuff.
Yeah. While Kyle later denied any involvement in the alleged crime, he was swiftly replaced by Connor Phillips, a professional rugby player. This case really shows that even extensive pre-show vetting background checks, social media deep dives, isn't foolproof when it comes to the relentless scrutiny the public performs on these people the second they're announced.
That's true. The internet misses nothing.
Despite the immediate axing, though, Kyle has apparently remained hopeful about a return, even suggesting he could come back as a bombshell in a future season. Shows the enduring appeal, I guess.
Wow, okay. Now, one of the most explosive on-screen moments, one that truly defined a season, came from Faye Winter in UK Season 7.
Oh, Faye and Teddy. Movie night. Unforgettable.
Her explosive dispute with Teddy Soares during the infamous Movie Night Challenge, it became one of the most heated exchanges in the show's history, easily.
It was intense. During movie night, for those who don't know, Islanders watch clips of each other's actions, often revealing betrayals or hidden truths from Casa Amor.
And Faye reacted strongly.
Viscerally. With pure anger to a clip showing Teddy being attracted to another woman in Casa Amor. Her foul-mouthed attack on Teddy received a record-breaking 24,673 complaints from viewers to Ofcom, the UK's broadcasting regulator.
24,000, that's insane.
Shattered previous records for the show. sparked a national conversation about acceptable behavior on reality TV. But despite this massive public blow-up and the incredible level of viewer backlash,
They stayed together, right?
surprisingly, Faye and Teddy made it to the final three and continued to date for a year after the show.
That's wild. It highlights how even intense, publicly condemned drama can still lead to fan investment and, somewhat unbelievably, continued relationships for the participants. Sometimes outrage strengthens a bond. Or maybe just for the cameras.
It's hard to say. It proves that sometimes even outrage can, maybe strengthen a bond, at least for a while.
Okay, then we have Johnny Middlebrooks from USA Season 2. He quickly earned the nickname Playboy.
Johnny, yep. He truly caused ample chaos during the Casa Amor segment. Went under the covers with Mercade's shell despite being firmly coupled with Silly Vasquez back in the main villa.
Oh, right. Silly was heartbroken. Fans were furious.
Absolutely taken aback by what they saw as his blatant betrayal. Massive discussions online. Yet, despite all the on-screen heartbreak and the intense public condemnation, Silly eventually forgave him.
They got back together on the show.
They reconciled on the show, surprisingly, and even continued to date for several months after finally splitting in January 2021.
Huh.
Their drama continued, though. They later faced each other again in Love Island Games, another spinoff. This particular storyline really shows the resilience, or maybe the willingness to forgive for the cameras, of some of these on-screen relationships, and the complex dynamics of working through very public betrayals in the glare of the spotlight.
Definitely complex. Another Islander who had a short but incredibly memorable and controversial stint was Sharif Lonray from UK Season 5.
Sharif, axed after just 9 days for breaking the rules.
And the show was super vague about why, right? Which just made everyone more curious.
Exactly. They just announced his departure without explanation, fueling public speculation. However, it was later widely reported that he accidentally kicked fellow Islander Molly May Hague in the crotch during a playful fight, and then used a derogatory term afterward.
Okay.
While the show keeps a tight lip on those things, leaks quickly provide the juiciest details, satisfying the public's thirst for behind-the-scenes drama. Sharif later publicly expressed regret, but his brief time remains a cautionary tale about adhering to the strict rules, even in playful moments.
Makes sense. Then there was Ollie Williams from UK Season 6. He faced a wave of public outrage before the show even started airing.
Yes, the trophy hunting pictures.
Right. This pre-show uproar was triggered by pictures that emerged online showing him posing with dead animals, linked to trophy hunting, which is obviously highly controversial.
Sparked immediate furious backlash. Over 35,000 petition signatures calling for his removal. More than 200 Ofcom complaints. The pressure was immense.
So what happened?
Ollie dramatically quit after only 3 days in the villa. He claimed he was still in love with someone else outside the show.
Right. But people thought.
Many viewers speculated that the public controversy was the real driving force behind his sudden departure. Regardless of his stated reason, the initial scandal definitely overshadowed his very brief time in the villa. A powerful example of how public opinion, fueled by social media, can directly impact a contestant's fate.
Absolutely. And we absolutely cannot forget Adam Collard from UK Season 4, the ultimate returning villain.
Adam Collard. He was truly labeled a villain and a heartbreaker during his initial season, brutally dumping multiple women in rapid succession, his often manipulative behavior.
It got serious, didn't it? Didn't a charity get involved?
It did. His actions were so concerning that Women's Aid, a prominent domestic abuse charity, actually issued a public warning about signs of gaslighting and emotional abuse after observing his behavior on screen.
Wow. That's unprecedented for a reality show.
Totally. And what's truly fascinating, maybe a bit disturbing, is that despite, or perhaps because of his highly controversial and well-documented reputation,
They brought him back.
he was brought back for Season 8, becoming the first former Islander to re-enter the villa years later.
Mind-blowing.
So if we connect all this, the bigger picture becomes abundantly clear, doesn't it? These controversies, while often problematic, sometimes genuinely upsetting, they frequently serve to boost the show's engagement and popularity.
It's kind of cynical but true.
They aren't just isolated incidents. They become massive talking points that feed right into that cultural juggernaut status of Love Island. Social media, especially TikTok, become central. Creators are milking every controversy for content, driving further discussion, drawing in new viewers who want to understand the drama.
So the drama fuels the machine.
This dynamic suggests a really complex relationship between the show, its content, and its audience. The show provides the spark. Social media acts as the accelerant. It proves that sometimes any publicity even the most scandalous, is good publicity for a reality TV phenomenon.
Yeah.
It definitely raises questions about whether the show, maybe at some level, even implicitly incentivizes or tolerates certain levels of drama, knowing it translates into viewership and cultural relevance.
That's a provocative thought. Okay, so after all that juicy drama, what does this mean for how the show actually operates? How does Love Island manage to churn out explosive drama almost every single night, giving us that up-to-the-minute, seemingly spontaneous look at the Islanders' lives? It's not magic, right? It's an absolute production marathon, a finely tuned machine that just never stops.
It truly is a logistical marvel. Okay, so the show is filmed in Fiji, which for the U.S. versions is on a massive 19-hour time difference from the USA.
19 hours.
Yeah, and this isn't just a random choice. It gives the production team this huge strategic advantage. They can film all day and night in Fiji, and by the time the USA wakes up, a significant chunk of the footage is already processed, edited.
So they're always ahead.
Way ahead. This allows episodes to air just a couple of days after they're actually shot, sometimes even less. Production runs at this absolutely grueling pace, delivering 5 full episodes a week, each packed with developing storylines. Executive producer Claudine Parrish revealed the astonishing speed. 15 minutes after it's happened, it's in our edits. An editor is on it and making it into a scene.
15 minutes. That's insane.
This incredibly tight turnaround is what allows them to integrate external factors, like social media reactions or those unearthed videos we talked about, into the show so quickly, sometimes within like 48 hours. It's almost like live television in its immediacy.
And this intense turnaround, it can't be cheap, can it? It sounds like an operation of immense scale.
Absolutely not. This level of production operates at the scale and coordination of a live event. It requires a staggering estimated budget of $30 million per season.
$30 million.
Per season. The control room, often called the nerve center, is where all the magic happens. It's this bustling hub where feeds from 85 hidden cameras constantly stream footage.
85 cameras. Well, yeah.
And you've got approximately 30 editors working tirelessly alongside 20 producers, plus a dedicated story team, all constantly building and refining narratives. While Parrish admitted, we don't always get it right. The sheer volume of material they sift through and sculpt into compelling storylines is just immense. They were essentially live editing a complex human drama, making constant judgment calls on what will drive the story forward, identifying potential romances, highlighting conflicts, shaping those overarching narrative arcs.
It's like crafting a novel in real time. And the music. The show's music is such a vibe, isn't it? It's so expertly chosen to create the perfect atmosphere for every romantic whisper, every dramatic reveal, every heartbreaking split.
Totally sets the mood.
But ironically, from what we hear, Islanders themselves cannot listen to music in the villa, except for very specific times, like during challenges or if a driver is playing music on a date.
That's right. All that fantastic, perfectly timed music we hear as viewers. Added later, meticulously in post-production.
Why is that?
Well, it's crucial for controlling the narrative and, frankly, avoiding massive music clearance headaches. Imagine trying to license every song they might happen to hear.
Ah, logistics.
Former Love Island South Africa star Shauna Phillips shared that shooting parties without music was so awkward. Recalled twerking in silence, or maybe to instrumental songs with no lyrics that were generic and pre-approved. Executive producer James Barker explained they pre-license hundreds or sometimes thousands of songs months ahead of filming. They create this arsenal of tracks, ready for literally any scenario imaginable. First kiss, devastating breakup, you name it. This level of pre-planning for something as seemingly spontaneous as a party soundtrack or a dramatic montage just shows the meticulous, almost surgical nature of the production. Every emotional beat is precisely underscored for the viewer. It's a key element in manufacturing the mood and feeling of the villa.
Manufacturing the mood, I like that. And behind all the witty commentary and snappy observations guiding us through the villa's antics is the voice of the show, Ian Sterling. Scottish narrator for both UK and USA versions. He's arguably as famous as some Islanders for his hilarious, often sarcastic insights. How does he even manage that pace?
He pulls double shifts. Working remotely, he watches rough cuts from his home over Zoom, observing funny things in the scene or reminders of what's happened in the story, which he then records directly into his microphone.
So he's reacting almost like a viewer.
Exactly. And he never meets the contestants before the show begins, which is a deliberate choice. Ensures his reactions are fresh, genuine, relatable, adds that crucial layer of authentic, witty commentary. He works tirelessly, often trying to finish voiceovers by midnight or 1 a.m. UK time for the USA version, sometimes later for the UK one. shows the incredible dedication required. His separation allows him to maintain that objective, humorous distance that resonates so well with the audience.
Incredible. Now let's talk about the islanders themselves. You ever wonder how they stay so incredibly immersed in this quest for love, seemingly oblivious to the outside world? It's not just the Fiji sun, right? It's a meticulously controlled, almost hermetically sealed bubble designed to amplify emotions and, yeah, drama.
This is where the true social experiment kicks in. When islanders first arrive, phones immediately confiscated.
Step 1.
Then, strict quarantine. Often flown in on different days, kept in different parts of the island with chaperones, all to ensure their identities aren't leaked before their on-screen debut.
Secret agents of love.
Pretty much. Once inside the villa, the isolation deepens. There are literally no clocks anywhere, meaning islanders don't even know what time it is, according to former islander Katie McDermott.
Then clocks. Wow.
They're told when to go to bed, when to wake up, often at abnormal hours. Creates this truly secluded world, disrupts their natural rhythms, and crucially, no access to the outside world. Cannot Google anything, watch TV, listen to radio, access social media. This intense, disorienting isolation forces them to focus entirely on each other, accelerates connections, accelerates conflicts.
That level of detachment sounds almost jarring, but it must be intentional, right? To create that pressure cooker.
Absolutely. It creates the sensation of being entirely removed from real life. That pressure cooker where relationships and rivalries intensify at an accelerated rate. It also prevents islanders from guessing when bombshells, those new attractive contestants designed to shake things up, or eliminations might occur. Keeps them perpetually on edge.
Makes sense. What if the phones they do get, Love Island phones?
Severely limited. Primarily used for texting other islanders, which producers can see, by the way, and for taking thirst traps or cute videos.
Ah, the infamous texts. I've got a text.
Exactly. And former islander Adam Collard confirmed just how omnipresent production is, noting that even if they wrote secret messages to each other in bed, producers still have them all. This whole Truman Show setup where every moment is monitored ensures that producers don't have to have camera people in every angle, so when people even think they're alone, they're definitely not.
A Truman Show! That's a perfect analogy. And that extends to the physical space too, doesn't it? The villa itself isn't just a luxury home. It's basically a giant, state-of-the-art reality TV set.
Precisely. The villa is outfitted with an astonishing number, around 74 to 85 cameras. Most are hidden, discreetly capturing every whispered conversation, every lingering glance. The cast is under constant surveillance with very little privacy.
So no hiding.
Host Ariana Maddox explained, there are no cameramen anywhere near the islanders, but cameras are strategically placed behind walls with sliders, ensuring no areas of the house, aside from the obvious like the toilet or the shower, that are blind spots. She did specify bathroom cameras are exclusively for health and safety monitoring, not for capturing drama.
Okay, good to know.
But yeah, you might think you're having a secret private chat in a quiet corner of the garden. Probably not. Every interaction is on record.
That's staggering. But what about those rare moments of supposed privacy? I heard there's maybe one exception.
Interestingly, while privacy is minimal, the kitchen pantry is reportedly an exception. A rare camera-free spot where, according to former islander Sani Alishi, some stuff happened in the pantry with a couple before.
Ooh, pantry secrets.
It's a tiny glimpse into the clandestine moments islanders might try to steal, though even those moments are probably quickly known to the crew. Regarding daily life, while breakfast is often cooked by the guys on camera, part of the morning routine.
Right, the awkward cooking scenes.
Other meals, lunch and dinner, typically eaten off camera. Producers use this time practically, mainly to change mic batteries on the islanders. Gives them a brief reprieve from being on.
Makes sense. What about the food? Is it five-star catering?
Catered food is provided, though some former islanders like Paul Knops and Luga Bish have described it as bland. However, they can request specific foods and even get takeout once a week. But crucially, men and women eat separately during these off-camera meals.
Why separately?
To save the chat for filming. Ensure all the juicy conversations, relationship debriefs, drama discussions happen squarely on camera when the mics are back on.
Wow. Okay, this raises an important question. How much control does the show exert over even the most mundane aspects of daily life? It seems like every single detail is geared towards capturing content and shaping the narrative.
You're absolutely right. The level of control is meticulous. Take alcohol. Contestants are notoriously limited to one drink per night.
Just one.
And usually not a generous pour of beer, wine, or bubbly. During celebrations, drinks might be completely watered down.
Watered down bubbly. The horror.
This strict policy is clearly designed to prevent overly intoxicated behavior, safety concerns, but also likely to ensure any drunken drama is kept to a manageable, controllable level for the cameras.
Right, controlled chaos.
On a different note, condoms, show-branded ones readily available, constantly replenished. Over 200 reportedly in the house at any given time. Reflects the show's acknowledgement of the intimate nature of the environment.
Practical.
Sheets and pillows changed daily, especially given all the people that had sex in the villa. Hygiene first. And a seemingly small detail, but significant for production. Islanders rarely use the villa's inviting pool.
Why not? It always looks so nice.
Because they have to remove their mics to get in, which means any conversations had in the pool couldn't be filmed. Lost potential content. Every aspect, from meal times to alcohol limits to pool usage, is carefully managed to maximize narrative potential and keep cameras rolling on engaging interactions.
It really is engineered. Okay, it's marketed as a genuine search for love, and yeah, many Islanders do seem to find it, but let's be real. Producers play an incredibly crucial, albeit subtle role in shaping the storyline, keeping that drama flowing.
Right.
It's not just passively observing, it's actively guiding.
This is where the subtle art of reality TV production truly comes in. While former Islander Sammy Alishi insisted the show is not scripted at all, she did reveal that producers encourage us to go and talk to your couple or someone you're having an argument with or anything like that, then there would be no show.
So, not lines, but nudges.
Exactly. They're setting up the scenes. Producers play along with what's happening in real time, meaning if everyone seems a bit too happy, too settled, they need to reset and put them back together. Through various tactics, introducing new bombshells, initiating unexpected challenges, orchestrating a sudden recoupling.
Keeping things spicy.
They're constantly monitoring the villa's dynamics, identifying potential storylines, and even gently nudging conversations to poke and prod to get reactions. They've expertly sculpted a game that keeps putting people in new scenarios, preventing stagnation, ensuring a constant flow of emotional upheaval. Producers have even been known to give pep talks to contestants who seem to be fading into the background.
A pep talk from a producer. Interesting.
Or sometimes asking them to refilm chats from a different angle, if the original take didn't quite capture the desired dramatic tension or clarity for the narrative. It's all about creating compelling, high-stakes television.
That's fascinating how they guide the narrative without overtly scripting it. And I heard about something called a chill day for the Islanders. Sounds like a needed break, but even that comes with rules, right?
It does, and it creates this fascinating paradox. While viewers get Wednesdays off from new episodes, Islanders get one chill day a week. But during this day, strictly not allowed to discuss any drama or show-related topics.
No drama talk. On Love Island.
Nope. Cannot sleep in the same bed as their partners, reinforcing this reset idea. Food is delivered, less structured mealtime. However, any confrontations have to wait until the next day, preserving fresh drama for future filming.
So even the day off serves the show.
It creates this tension. A day off from the intense games, but still under strict rules that deliberately preserve content. As Kim Setney, a former winner, put it, they are quite careful about what you talk about because they want to keep it so everyone at home can see and get it on video. Reinforces the idea that even downtime is ultimately in service of the show's narrative. Prevents any truly organic camera-free resolutions to conflict.
Wow. Okay, on a more serious note, given the intense psychological pressure cooker that villa must be, what kind of mental health support is actually provided?
That's a critical aspect and something the show has increasingly emphasized, particularly after those tragic incidents in the UK franchise.
Right.
Jeremiah Brown, an Islander, revealed that contestants see a psychiatrist a minimum of once a week, and the specialist is available anytime for additional sessions if needed.
That's good. That's really important.
It demonstrates a clear level of duty of care by production, acknowledging the profound psychological toll of being in such a high-pressure, constantly monitored, emotionally charged environment. Host Ariana Maddox for Love Island USA also confirmed they have amazing mental health professionals on set, underscoring the commitment to providing support amidst all the drama, which can be just an emotional roller coaster for the participants.
A necessary counterpoint to all the engineered chaos.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've explored the engineered drama inside the villa, but it certainly doesn't stop when the cameras do, does it? For these Islanders, unplugging from that controlled bubble means plugging into a new, often brutal reality online. It's a world where their every move, past and present, is put under an unforgiving microscope.
This is where Love Island USA's surge in popularity has really unearthed a darker reality. one that plagues many franchise contestants when they achieve notoriety. Overnight fame can come with a steep, very personal price. Fans who've invested emotionally put Islanders' behaviors, physical appearances, even political backgrounds under a microscope with an intensity that can just be overwhelming.
It's like the scrutiny just follows them home.
And what's fascinating here is how social media has effectively become an extension of the show itself, an unfiltered, often unregulated continuation of the villa's dynamics. TikTok creators, for instance, are experts at milking every controversy, turning every perceived misstep or flaw into viral content, which in turn leads to intensified online harassment and public shaming.
It sounds like the line between being an engaged fan and becoming an outright cyberbully can get dangerously blurred.
It absolutely does. The cyberbullying became so rampant in Season 7 that the show itself took the unprecedented step of airing a message urging fans to be kinder with their commentary. A plea echoed repeatedly across social media by the show's official accounts.
The show itself had to step in.
Yeah. Narrator Ian Sterling, whose voice usually brings levity, made this powerful statement, stressing that Love Island is about reacting to behavior as a contestant on a reality TV show, not as a human being and as a person. It was a clear, urgent call for viewers to differentiate between the character they see on screen, often shaped by editing and narrative choices, and the real person behind it.
A much-needed reminder. And what was the tangible impact of this cyberbullying? Did it get bad?
The impact was severe and very personal. Contestants like Sierra Ortega, Alondra Carthan, and Shelley Besant became prime targets of this online vitriol. Sierra, as we discussed, lost hundreds of thousands of followers, had her Instagram comments shut down.
Just awful.
Shelley Besant's account posted this lengthy, poignant message calling the hostility she received disturbing, borderline dangerous, and mentally unwell, powerfully emphasizing the profound negative impact this online vitriol has on individuals suddenly thrust into the public eye without the tools to cope. These aren't just fleeting comments. They inflict real emotional damage.
It's truly disturbing. And as if the personal attacks aren't enough, despite the show aiming to be largely apolitical, focused on relationships, political polarization in the U.S. has permeated fan discussions in this unexpected, often disturbing way.
Yeah, that's a weird twist.
Internet sleuths now actively investigate Islanders' political beliefs, past social media activities, sometimes even calling on others to vote them off the show based on their theories. Adds another layer of intense, often unfair scrutiny.
This phenomenon really highlights the way broader societal tensions can infiltrate even seemingly lighthearted entertainment. Consider the particularly sensitive case involving Huda Mustafa, who's of Palestinian descent, and Ilan Mibas, who's Jewish-Canadian.
Oh, I remember hearing about this.
Fans noticed Ilan's social media followed a pro-Israel account, which, after they kissed on the show, sparked suggestions and discussions online about potential anti-Palestinian views or implications.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack from a reality showcase.
Media studies scholar Mel Stanfill noted that the illusion of reality in reality TV invites the kind of sleuthing that encourages viewers to form their own theories, even when dealing with potentially selective editing. He added a crucial observation. It's one thing to yell at your TV, and then it's another thing to go into somebody's mentions on social media. People have lost the plot on that.
Yeah, lost the plot feels about right. It speaks to the dehumanizing effect of online anonymity and groupthink, where individuals just become targets rather than people.
Exactly.
And it's clear this level of constant, intense public scrutiny takes an incredibly heavy toll. These contestants, they remain secluded in the villa, only seeing the cumulative, harsh comments and the sheer vitriol after they leave. That overnight fame, coupled with the often negative reactions, can trigger profound feelings of depression and anxiety, a truly brutal transition from the villa bubble to the real world.
This highlights the profound and sometimes tragic impact of this unique, accelerated form of celebrity. Tragically, 3 people closely associated with the franchise in the UK, 2 former contestants and former host Caroline Flack, died by suicide.
Just heartbreaking.
Prompted a British parliamentary committee inquiry in 2019 to investigate the duty of care towards participants in reality TV. While Love Island has significantly ramped up its efforts since then, improved mental health and race training, as reported by ITV UK in 2022, having those amazing mental health professionals on set, as Ariana Maddox observed for the US version, adapting to this newfound, often negative spotlight is new, and it's even more difficult to deal with, as Maddox herself observed. It's a rapid, intense transition that few are truly prepared for, regardless of the support offered.
It's truly heartbreaking to hear these stories, and it really underscores the human cost behind the entertainment. We've even seen loved ones of Islanders step forward to defend them against the onslaught of online abuse.
This is a powerful testament to the severity of the online attacks. The intense criticism Huda Mustafa faced, including deeply personal comments aimed at her friends and family, compelled her ex-partner Noah Shaleen to post this heartfelt statement in her defense, urging viewers to remember she's still human, she has a daughter and a life.
Good for him for speaking out.
Similarly, Van Einerson's friend Lucy Clausen passionately defended her against the relentless fixation on her appearance, stating, "This woman has a heart of gold, and it's so crazy to me that going on reality TV or having a following just validates people to bully them." These deeply personal appeals from loved ones truly underscore the severity of the online attacks and the very real human beings on the receiving end.
It really brings it home.
What this ultimately shows is the conflict between the desire for dramatic entertainment and the fundamental responsibility towards the real people involved. As media scholar Mel Stanfill aptly puts it, people don't think that there's a person on the other end. It's easy to have that distance from the human cost, and there is a real human cost.
There really is.
Host Ariana Madix made a powerful, direct plea to fans, urging them to engage with the Love Island fan community without doxing and harassing cast members, their families, calling such behavior not a true fan of the show. It's a vital call for empathy and a crucial reminder that behind every entertaining moment, every scandalous headline, there are real individuals navigating immensely challenging situations.
So what does this all mean for us as viewers, for you listening right now? We've journeyed through the explosive on-screen drama, peered behind those hidden cameras in the villa, and confronted the often harsh realities of life after the show. It's clear that Love Island is a masterclass in engineered entertainment, a finely tuned machine for generating compelling human stories and, let's face it, jaw-dropping gossip. But it's equally clear that the stories and the consequences extend far beyond the final recoupling.
What this truly reveals is that the enduring appeal of shows like Love Island lies in their uncanny ability to tap into our deepest fascinations, with human connection, conflict, the pursuit of love under extreme pressure. But as viewers, we have a significant role in how this unfolds. The line between engaging passionately with a show and impacting real lives is one that continues to be drawn, challenged, and sometimes, tragically, crossed by the very audience that fuels its success.
So the next time you're glued to the screen, watching those attractive singles navigate the highs and lows of love and chaos, what will you be looking at differently? Will it be the carefully crafted narrative, the subtle nudges from producers, the immense pressure and very real human cost that comes with being a reality TV star? Or perhaps even your own role in the often brutal online conversation? Think about that.